This is the entire file from my home area of East Sussex, and this is the town of Newhaven.
As a very young man in the 1980s, Nick Gould was one of the last in a breed of local government officials to receive formal training on how to prepare for war. So they're trying to recruit people?
They are. And they were successful. They managed to recruit 120 people from the town.
When the Cold War ended, though, this kind of planning was shelved, leaving a big knowledge gap for local authorities nationwide.
This country is excellent at counter-terrorism, major incidents, but should the country ever face a scenario where there's multiple threats and there's a number of incidents all at the same time, that landscape would change dramatically. And that's where there needs to be perhaps increased planning consideration.
Hoping to help, Nick will run a 2-day war game at Bath University in July. The aim is to get officials from local resilience forums and the emergency services thinking about what they would do in an attack.
There is an exercise that rehearses the effects of a hostile attack upon the United Kingdom, but also the transition to that period and also the post-attack recovery phase as well.
Are you getting support from central government with this effort?
Currently not, no.
Why is it important to do this kind of work?
There's always a risk that conflict could come to Europe. The UK may either be directly or indirectly affected by that scenario. And there is a need for a different style of planning.
In a derelict hospital in London, one group of enthusiasts isn't waiting for the Cabinet Office to issue guidance on how they can help.
So we're talking about an early evening on a weekday.
These volunteers are part of an unofficial civil defence organisation. Kitted out in their own uniforms, they discuss how they might be able to help in a peacetime emergency, such as bad weather.
Eric, you can come with us.
Emotionally, just don't panic. Don't panic, yeah.
But they're also ready to assist should the UK once again be at war.
In the event of any form of hostilities from abroad, we can work with other organisations to rebuild what was the Civil Defence Service during World War II.
Colin founded and leads the Joint Civil Aid Corps, despite having minimal relevant training. Membership is in the low hundreds for now.
If we're looking to build a corps, we're looking at between 80 to 110,000 volunteers when we're fully up and running.
What kind of reaction have you been getting when you've approached the Cabinet Office? What do they say to you?
The difficulty is getting past the gateways to speak to these people and to show what and who we actually are.
We started, first of all, getting rid of the dust and the dirt.
A baker by day, Sally heads the London branch of the group and wants to do her bit even in the worst kind of crisis.
We would be there to help the community with what's needed, supporting the emergency services and making sure that we can contribute.
On Monday, Colin and his team will mark what they say is National Civil Defence Day, an alternative take on an old idea. Deborah Haynes, Sky News.